was nuts for this squad until you got removed from the team. Obviously, left to pursue the opportunity with the now God sent roster. But I truly do believe that power, that prowess on this map is still there for Team One. We'll have to see if this is the point where it comes out. Look for that op to come out early and often from Maluk. Look for mobs to try and get a bit wild, as we saw a lot on Nuke.
Yes.
The spread for Triumph, they went for a poke towards either site. They're poking into a longhouse. They're poking out tunnels. The tunnels peak, it didn't go so well. Mr. Twice, he's dead. And now, this is looking rough out towards long. Mobs only one. So it's not that big of an issue. B-Wills even gets a USP upgrade. This is a pretty prime situation. The Cynic will make his way up Catwalk. But he could get pushed from the double door. Oh, they're coming out. The timing is perfect for Pesa. Gives up the site to come out and isolate this Catwalk fight. And now it's only the 2 players they have to deal with coming from long. And they don't have smokes either. They're going to be fighting this. USPs are tapping away. The bomb's made its way towards site. And Cooper better get these numbers punched in quickly because this retake is going to be merciless. He's good. Shots are better. All on to B-Wills now. He's got no health. He's got no bullets. He does have 1 kill, but that'll be all she wrote. A team ace for Team 1. A defuse for Team 1. And they start DUST2 on the right foot.
Yeah, that's excellent work for Team 1 on that retake. I mean, even before it, hitting the shots, kind of catching Triumph off guard with some timely peaks, especially Pesa towards Cat. And yeah, 1-0 lead. Let's talk about those DUST2 stats for Team 1. I said they weren't good. They unfortunately aren't in 2021. 2 wins, 7 losses, 133 rounds for, 142 rounds against for a -9 round differential. So, I mean, it's not that bad of a round differential, but only 2 wins out of that is the tough pill to swallow, especially considering 2 of their matches on DUST2 have gone to overtime or went to overtime in a row this season against Pain, as mentioned, then against the Party Astronauts. They lost 17-19. It's a good buy for
nice
Triumph.
scout shot hit. Here we go. A little bit of spice. Pace up close, though. There's going to be a couple of tandem kills, and this is starting to look a little rough. But never mind. They're cleaned out. Pace gets the last laugh after the fact, burning twice as he came in to get the trade kill. And now, once again, it's only the 2 players on Catwalk they have to deal with, except this time XNS is holding the site. He's not conceding. He's not giving this up. Last time it was 2 guys coming out long. This time, XNS is just going to make the action happen. Go for the peak, confirm the last player, call in the reinforcements. With PRT coming up the Xbox, there is no escape. B-Wills, it's march or die. He has to go forward for this one, and they're just toying with him, knowing that they've got this advantage. B-Wills trying to peek into the angle. Now he misses, and there's no getting away.
XNS played that so patiently. He was not moving off that angle from the bomb site towards Cat and hit exactly the shot he needed to. Then afterwards, he got the information. Just hide behind the box, wait for your teammates to come in. The reinforcements come, and B-Wills is trapped between a rock and a hard place. So Team 1 pick up their second, and that buy-up for Triumph does not materialize into anything. Team 1 looking strong. As mentioned, though, Triumph, they've picked into DUST2 3 times over the last 5 BO3s, and they've won all those BO3s. So, I mean, there's a reason why they're here, but Team 1 so far have their number.
That they do. Early days, extremely early days.
Yes.
A little bit more investment coming in this round than expected, but they're going to try and get a bomb plant out of it. And based on the positioning right now, they look actually pretty well primed too. It's just Maluk they have to deal with, and Maluk just has a USP in this round. So, okay, they found the right spot. That's going to be a guaranteed bomb plant, and with it, they should at the very least have a good buy going into the next. Won't have to worry about twice in towards mid. Won't have to worry about super either. But Arzu might be a bit of a threat. They drop on in towards PRT. That's delivery of a couple of nice, tasty ecos. Delicious dinner here. PRT was getting a bit peckish. And that round retake will be swift.
Very swift. Malls with a jumping MP9 shot to get his second on the round. And having a little bit of fun with that defusal as well. Team 1's obviously feeling good here as they're going to pick up their third. And yeah, they're going to go into this 4th round also quite strong. They've got 4 weapons saved up from the previous round. This is kind of a bonus for them. 1 player has to buy up. Over on the Triumph side, they will be able to invest almost fully. In fact, they will be able to invest fully into this round. It's going to be 4 AKs. And does Twice have something dropped on the ground for himself? Yes, the AWP.
The AWP. So this is going to be interesting as well. We got the op on both sides coming out in the same moment, right? 1 player died in the previous round. They dropped over and picked up the AWP. That's the only gun being bought into this one. And Twice is actually going to immediately give that over to Cooper as well. That was a spawn thing for the peak. The Molotov made that less than effective. Luke, meanwhile, is trying to fight this catwalk presence. Is that where Cooper's playing from as well? No, Cooper's going back for a B pick. Just doing this kind of solo. That nade is chunky. Less chunky than it could have been. There's no can of soup, we'll say that much. But there's Cooper, getting the opener he was hoping for, holding for the aggression from Team 1, and punishing it. Was solo, there's a bit of risk with it if he gets caught off by a flashbang, but he plays it well. XNS brings back the numbers. But they've conceded B. Problem is, they got a player out long, and that's Malbs, who is wrecking the setup here for Triumph. Eagles committed to this fight by the door, does catch the bows of XNS, they peek back in, and he literally runs out of bullets. If he didn't run out of bullets there, I'm pretty sure B-Wills takes both. But they just used brute force, used a body to block the shells, and that is going to be Team 1 taking 4.
Well played for Team 1, especially considering Triumph got off to a pretty good start there. But XNS finding the Galil shot through the doors and doesn't get greedy. That's the key to Team 1's victory there, because he gets the frag and immediately falls back through the smoke into CT spawn. So he gives Triumph something to think about, and also gives Malbs a chance to go for that flank, and he finds 2 on that flank, and that was the end of the round for Triumph at that point. Cooper is going to have a scout into this round, and Triumph will be able to scrape together a buy, 3 AKs, and a MAC-10 around that scout over on Team 1. Well, they're continuing to roll along. 2 M4s, the AUG, an AK, and an op, as Pesa is going to be watching with that op. Maluk, excuse me, with the op towards Cat. He catches off Cynic with the headshot. That makes it a quick 5v4 in favor of Team 1.
Catwalk take going to be the answer here, but, I mean, look, this is such a good setup for Team 1, right? They've got the fast potential flank coming up on towards Xbox. We've got Maluk with the AWP. You've got control out towards long, so he doesn't have to be worried. There's going to be the smoke stone, so they could go for a drop in towards CT, but the problem is XNS is well positioned for the players come down. They're putting the pressure on. Maluk misses. Oh, that's a bit of a blunder. Overloading the offer. Overloading the offer. XNS goes forward, drops the bomb momentarily, but it's been picked up and it's been tossed up as well. And a follow-up kill playing around the smoke in CT might even lead to this being a save, but Pesa has other things in mind. Because that duel came in Catwalk, that makes the decision for them, and now they've got a 1v2, 1v1, knowing the player's position, knowing that Cooper's on towards the scout, they can threaten, but Cooper's going to connect the shots. He just needs one more. The health is low, but it's going to be Pesa instead to line up the crosshair. He was thinking about going for the op first, and someone said, you know what, bro, just defuse the bomb. It's fine. We'll rebuy the op. It's fine. If you get to it, great. If you don't, that's fine. And he's even going to get to it. Pesa, what can't he do?
That was an incredible retake, but I'm honestly surprised. It looked like Cooper had that lined up perfectly through the box. It just didn't connect. Unfortunate for him, as Team 1 take a 5th in a row. And of course, a great retake by Pesa. We can't take anything away from him on that one. Cooper spots out the head of one player, knows someone's there. That is Pesa with the op, double op setup coming through for Team 1. And Maluk is hanging out towards long A. Yeah, long A watching in towards mid. Bit of a push happening at the long doors. That's going to be Arzu getting the opening frag on Malbs. A nade flies in and does the damage against 2 Triumph members, but Maluk overstays his welcome towards long. That's an op down, 2 players down, in fact, for Team 1, and a 2-man advantage for Triumph. XNS, and a toss and nade. It connects for a bit more damage, but the frags are not coming through. Finally one, but that's not a good trade.
Yeah, he had too many opportunities there, and there's going to be the mid lurk coming through. Yeah, B-Will's one and done, but that's fine. That's fine. PRT down to half, going to try and hold us. They have no smokes, though. They have 1 smoke. They found it on the ground. Picked it up from between the couch cushions. They actually had 2. Never mind. I don't know where those came from. Could have sworn they didn't have them. Apparently, I'm just blind, folks. Time to get my eyes checked. It is going to be PRT with a save. You got to go for it here. They don't have a lot of money. You need to keep that economy healthy. These last few rounds have just been too expensive. So let's actually see what they're going to be able to get. 1,400 coming in. Pesa will have some cash, but otherwise I think this is probably going to be an eco. Could even be a double eco situation for Maluk coming through. So could see a force buy investment around this AUG. Get a little weird.
It wouldn't be that bad of a force buy.
No, probably just Maluk, really limited.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't have great guns, but the Famai could come through. It's a nice kill. Extra money made for PRT. That could be the difference here. Put your head back up here.
Yeah, just duck down and wait for the round 10. So the AUG will be carried forward. He got another frag on the board to help his team out a little bit more. But there's Triumph on the board for themselves in terms of rounds. They got one. The goose egg is gone. As look at Team 1, Mike, we said the potential for the force buy was there. And yeah, there it goes. Immediately, 2 scouts, an M4, and a deagle. It's not a bad buy up at all. Those scouts can do a lot of damage towards mid. Cooper connects on Maluk through the door, getting him down to 30 HP. And now XNS is going to have a look at what's happening towards long. He's going to see a lot of targets very shortly. A smoke guising the advance of a couple of Triumph players. Oh, they're already up close.
They're already up close. This is problematic. He hasn't seen them at all. Oh, now he's got the spot of the bow, but that shot's not going to hit. Now they're too close for that scout to be very effective. Take a little bit of a different angle. Bring teammates in, but it's Maluk instead who starts to connect. That's what they needed. They needed something before these players got on site. Player out towards Gandalf. 2 scouts coming back in. And Pesa from long is now threatening. Knows where Arzu is. Gets the lineup. Pesa might just be the thorn in their sides that leads this round to get out of whack. Bomb's not down yet. Bomb's not down yet. Pesa is. But here comes the Gandalf play, and Mobs! The legendary Mobs Deagle shows itself at a critical moment.
Oh, we know why he has the MD in his name now, Mike, because he is clinical with that deagle. Unbelievable work by Malbs. 6-1 for Team 1. That was absolutely nuts. Triumph, I mean, oh, they tried to get back into that round, but Malbs was ready and waiting for exactly that sequence. Oh my goodness. Maluk gonna toss a nade up towards mid. RZU gonna get tagged down to 69 by the nade. Nice. And oh my goodness, I can't get past that. That was incredible.
It was beautiful. Look, he was in Gandalf, and that was a fitting call because he pulled out some magic. Now we've got pressure coming back towards A. This is sort of been the name of the game. And Mobs, well, he's secured long at the very least. His teammate won't be able to get much done. They close the distance too far into XNS. Been having trouble with that. Players getting up too close before he's got the angle shot in. But without long secured, this is still very much in doubt. A retake will be on. They've just got to wait for these 2 players to come over from B and get into position. Not a lot of weaponry, but they force the fight towards CT. That's a great play. Arzu even taking it 1 step further, and while Mobs is coming back in as the Terminator, Cynic still has control of CT. He just has to control the cross. He's going to be a little bit out of position. If he can force this fight with Mobs before PRT gets into position, that would be huge. He dodges the flashbang. What a turn away. Looking for the last, and he's got it as well. A huge clutch for Cynic.
That's really well played for Cynic. I mean, obviously he knew he was exposing himself a little bit from Cat by going to that position, but in fact, he dodges the flashbang, so there's really no advantage from the player coming towards long, and immediately knows where to look afterwards. So yeah, perfectly played, and try and pick up their second round thanks to their IGL and top fragger on the season, Cynic. Cooper's going to look for a target towards mid, and Team 1 want none of that. They've got 3 players stacked up towards long, and it's a bit of a mixed buy up here. A force buy for Team 1. Going to feature 3 deagles, an M4, and a scout. And here comes Mobs again with the deagle. Mike, and he gets 3 more. Are you kidding me?
God have mercy, Mobs. Unreal. They're going to try and come through. Pace at this point is like, all right, fine. I'll go for the cleanup. They've delivered the bomb over. There's nothing to do here for Cooper. Able to take a fight. There's no reason for them to pressure him in. They know where he's at. They know they've got him contained, and he's got to try and battle this out with an op. There's a flank on in the meantime. Cooper's trying to clear this, and it's only a matter of time before he gets killed in the back. Luke waits for him to deliver it, and there we go. There's rifles coming their way. Mobs once more serving rounds up to his team on a silver platter.
Oh man, is he a joy to watch or what?
He is.
Oh
that deagle he's honestly the nastiest in Premier.
He really is. And I do believe he has the top headshot percentage in Premier at 30%. Just to note, it's calculated a little differently on the Esea pages. It's according to how many shots you hit on your opponent. So 30% of the shots that Malbs hit on his opponent are headshots, which is very good.
A reminder for folks, this is the first season of Premier that Malbs has actually been able to play on stable ping. Yep. He's in the team house in Vegas. Since his pickup on Team 1, he was playing from Guatemala, had like regularly 60 to 80 ping, if not a little higher on a bad day. So it's very nice to see the deagle that we know can rip, that we've seen rip so much, now without any limitations really in terms of ping. He's filthy.
He certainly is. And Triumph are now on a deco. They got 4 Deagles, the AK, and the smoke. And you see they took some control towards upper tunnels at the B site, but there's not much to work with because there was a Molotov over at the B tunnels, and now a smoke's been thrown by Team 1. XNS is in a great position to respond to a potential push up mid with this AK. And it could be, in fact, that happening here. He's going to see the shadow on Xbox. Gets one, flicks around to try and find the second twice, does respond. CASA should be here to do more damage if they decide to press the issue, but I think wisely, Triumph backs up and resets.
Look at this, though. They're coming back towards long and Malbs. He's got all this
Uh-oh.
positioning, all this lovely real estate. And as I say that, they actually just go down to one. Oh, it gets a little awkward. Timing is brutal there for Malbs. He comes into the swing. Didn't expect Cynic to be so close. And Maluk is saving money on bullets. Okay. He's like, come on, test me, test me. Cynic eventually says, I will test you. I'll take that off. 10 seconds, though. They just have to not peek. If they don't peek, they win. Basic peeks, they still win. Shouldn't have peaked, but they still win, so that's fine.
Yeah, Team 1 right now are in control of both this map and this series. 8 rounds already on their CT side. Triumph have tried so many different things, but Team 1 seem to have the answer, whether it be through a solid defense or the individual performance of Mobs here. Oh my goodness.
Reminder, John, though.
Yes.
It was 8-2 on Nuke, and then we had an 8-7 half finish. Team 1 obviously still won that, but you don't want to see a collapse here, and it's not going to happen. PRT will not allow anything to collapse.
Nope.
He is a buttress right now, holding up the structure that is Team 1's B site. And at this point, once again, Triumph, they went for an initial take. They're going for these pretty straightforward takes, and they're just really not working. They're getting rebuffed at every turn.
Oh, man. It just
And
feels like there's...
For the audience here, if you don't know what a buttress is, look it up. It's your trivia word for the day. They're the external things that on cathedrals that help hold things up. They're really awesome.
See, you guys can even learn something here when you come to the premiere broadcast.
I'm not here to educate.
As Maluk's going to clean up the last 2 members of Triumph, and Team 1 pick up a 9th. Oh, what does Triumph do here? I have no idea. Team 1 has really taken a lot of map control on their CT side early. It forces Triumph into tough situations again and again. And I mean, they've only really been able to make headway towards that A site. Outside of that, yeah. And that's towards long, I believe, both times. Tech Paw's going to come in here.
That is a perfectly timed text pause, John, because I accidentally closed my vMix window, and now I'm back in. So we're all good. But I just, if anyone's wondering, I just misclicked on the X, like moving my mouse across the screen, fat fingered it, and that just closed me on out. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine, folks. Tech pause was clearly called for my sake, my benefit. Wow. I do have to say, we were talking about this a little bit, and this might be a good time to update on some of the other series that were going on. It feels like we're getting a lot of close series in playoffs right now.
Yes.
This one, the most one-sided. RBG, they took map 1 over GGPR. Are they already into map 2? No, they're not. They're getting into map 2 now, but RBG did take that 16-13. Pain and Extra Salt is in OT on the first map, up to 18-18 at this point, I think. Yep. So that's pretty nuts. And then we've got Party Astronauts, Choco Check. Choco Check take map 1. Choco Check take Party Astronauts map pick of Nuke as well away. Next map is Vertigo. That one is very much in doubt for the Party Astronauts, and this would be elimination.
It seems like, season after season after season, Party Astronauts dominate in the regular season, then they get to the playoffs and they fumble. And again here, nothing against Chocochuk, of course. They did finish 7-1 on the season, tied with the Party Astronauts in terms of record. But Party Astronauts definitely one of the favorite teams to move forward, at least.
Yeah, who's actually in the server for Chocochuk today? Let's see.
Oh my gosh, Mike.
No, genuine question. Genuine question. Okay. Yesterday they played with Tropical instead of Zodic because he couldn't make it. I know that Sixie's apparently traveling to Vegas either today or maybe tomorrow. I think
Zodic is in the server.
Okay, that's encouraging. So they've actually got their starting 5 in the server. That is an encouraging sign. And Sixie popped off in that first map.
Yeah. I still think that one's going to be a very tightly contested series. If it doesn't go to the third map, I'll be extremely surprised.
Map 2 is Vertigo, man. That could get out of hand.
It's tough. Yeah.
Party Axons don't really play a lot of Vertigo. How's it been for them? They've got 2 maps on record. Let's see. That's been pretty good. A 16-3 over Mythic, an overtime over Secret Club, but that's literally like 1 map played in June, 1 map played in May. No, God. What?
Yep.
At this point now, we're back out the ball. First half, it seemed to be a pretty dominant half. That's a great entry for Cynic, and they've actually got long control this time without losing a huge pound of flesh, John. An opportunity for Triumph to do something here.
I mean, as I mentioned, this is kind of the spot that they've actually been able to find a bit of success on their T side, but they're going to back off of it. Okay, I mean, you got the opening frag. Why not work your long A take? Instead, they think, okay, let's try it towards B. I mean, not necessarily a bad call. Cooper's got a spot potentially on Mobs here, but Mobs turns on him and gets him with the M4. What?
He's so good.
The heck?
He's a superstar, man. He is the player. As a completely NA biased fanboy here, that I really do hope some point in his career gets snatched away to an NA team. But right now he's doing brilliant wonders for this Tier 1 squad, and it's nice to see that. This is a Team 1 squad that has had to deal with so many players getting yoinked right when they seem to find their footing, right? So many players. So it's good that they do have this superstar potential player here in Mobs just continuing to deliver for them. Great kills coming through. And reminder, he only got his opportunity because of the fact that TRK got taken away towards that MDR squad.
That's right.
And they couldn't get another Brazilian player to play with them. Or Zoo might get caught here. He's so low. He's so low. Pesa just needs 1 bullet. But he just needs to be on the right side at the right time. There's the spot. Not the kill, but he's still alive. Arzu actually takes away 1. Still alone. 13 seconds on the clock. No time. No chance to get towards a plant. And Mobs to add a 3rd kill to his tally.
Yeah, Mob's looking incredible here. Team 1 up 10-2. I don't know. Mike. I don't know what to say. Triumph, despite the fact, maybe just stick to their guns and, go with their initial plan, because they took long control and then just backed off of it. Maybe if they continue pushing up, they'll have a better shot and smoke off Maluk, smoke off the A site, try to make a push in forward. And I don't know. Keep it simple. When things are going wrong, try to simplify your game. This PRT is waiting. Double op setup this time. It's going to be PRT and Maluk. PRT, good flashbang thrown by Triumph to open up a little bit of space. RZU gets that one-way smoke. Thrown onto the doors at mid, and PRT can still see underneath it. Oh, no, actually couldn't see the feet. That's right.
Not quite. A little awkward there. Just the fringe of the smoke making the difference. If they go up the hill just a little bit there in mid, they're fine, right? But it's tough, and eventually someone tempts him. He spots some toes. And the punishment's coming in. Now they're actually through it, so it doesn't need to look like that. Nice nade as well. Oh, they're being whittled down, but they've walked out on the beam. What's happened here? Cooper just walks out. He doesn't have the bomb. Oh, poor Cooper. He's made a fantastic play, but it's a little too late. 45 seconds, though. Cooper still has a chance to smoke up. The longer it's up, more of a possibility, but as the D comes out, the Mobs comes in.
That's actually a really good hold by XNS throughout all that chaos. He managed to get a 3K, and Triumph had the edge when Cooper was coming into that B site. If it wasn't for XNS towards mid, Triumph could have taken that round, but the individual play this time from a different player than Mobs, XNS, makes a difference. This Team 1 pick up 11. They are in full control of DUST2. This looks like the Team 1 of old, Mike, on DUST2 right now.
That it does. It does indeed. Now the guys up right there.
Yep.
Everybody's positive, right? Everybody's hitting. There's no missing piece. It's just a maximal piece in Mobs, who once again is going to add multiple to his kill column, stepping out of the round with 19, and Maluk dropping a Kobe here as we head into the last round of the half.
Oh, Team 1, have mercy. My goodness.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, these are very straightforward takes for Triumph, right? Like that one, they're going for that fast long control. Going for some fast B. Not a lot of the fast B. Going up catwalk. Kind of getting stuck in towards mid. And Team 1 are just rebuffing them. very effectively. Nice kill from Bulbs. Aggression out catwalk pays off for him. An initial pick found. Nade tries to follow it, but he's got the space. He's got this real estate. He's got the kill. He's a bit more in doubt. There's the peak. Pesa trying to get back from the angle. Got to be careful about this one. Can't give up his life. He does get one, but the positioning, I don't know if it was worth the exchange. And this is a huge play in towards the tunnels for B. Wills takes Mobs down to 1 point of health. They're obviously going to go for this retake. 2v2 last round and a half. This is very much in doubt. Mobs is a stray bullet away from death. It's going to come down to Maluk, and Maluk is doing this with the AWP as well. There's Mobs gone. All onto the offer. The offer, the captain, he'll get a shot through the bricks, but it's just not much. 12-3 is our half. John, holy cow, what a showing from Team 1.
Unbelievable showing. I mean, yeah, Triumph do get around at the end, but up to that point, Team 1 were just in cruise control against Triumph, whether it be Malves with 3 incredible rounds under his belt, 2 with the Deagle that I think Mike, he's one of the best in the world potentially with that Deagle. I haven't seen Deagle shots that good in some time, especially that sequence, that 3K. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Team 1, just great. XNS was great as well. Everyone kind of answering the call when needed. Over on Triumph, just they look just discombobulated on their T side when they're trying to go for those takes, and nothing is really coordinated at this point. And it's been their Achilles heel, because their CD side on Nuke didn't look too bad, but once they got over to T side, it was just done and dusted.
It did feel like their chance of getting into a round was kind of dependent on like somebody getting an entry. Like they needed that entry to hit. Cynic got a couple times. Yeah, Cynic got it a couple times. No, Arzu did well. Yeah, we saw moments.
Yeah.
They just struggled to convert those through. Obviously, 3 rounds speaks to that tail. So there's not a lot of a buffer here. Just a round would help to increase said buffer, but this is a decent setup here for Triumph. They've got the lineup behind the green sacks. It's going to be B-Wills playing off of Cynic as well. Does Team 1 want to continue to threaten this? It seems like they do, and well, Malbs, ever confident in his pistol, this time it might get away from him. Now there's 3 players in the angle. Really going to keep going for this. They've kicked the Hornet's nest. All of the Hornets are here. And they're like, nah, this is fine, bruh. Just getting stung out the wazoo. But you know what? They brought a can of Raid. They brought a can of Wasp Killer. And now they've got the sight. Oh, no, it's all falling apart. Player trying to come from long. But it might be too little too late as Maluk shuts this down and wins the round.
What a monster flash from Maluk there, led to 3 frags on Triumph. No one could see a thing on that bomb site. Team 1, just, you see the lack of hesitance on their side versus Triumph, which couldn't decide where they wanted to go on their T side. Team 1's like, nope, we are going for this long take. We are all in here. And they get the round victory as a result. They're up to 13. And okay, Cooper, he's going to get 1. And a second. Oh, right, Triumph trying to fight their way back into this one. A 5v3 in their favor. 2 excellent shots from the Opper, Cooper.
I always love when there's a scout in mid, and it's like the first guy goes down, second guy's like, yeah, but I bet I can win this fight. Oh, yeah. Same result. How'd that happen? How did that happen? Chance here. Obviously, you need to convert, but I like Triumph's response. They're stacked up towards the right side of the map. They've got this information in towards tunnel, so they can play off of it. 4 players positioned. 3 in towards A1, just policing mid to make sure there's no quick catwalk in towards mid door type of play. There's a fake smoke thrown. I don't know it's going to draw much. It's an Xbox smoke. It's not drawing any rotations, and as the smokes come over for the cross, that's a huge entry for XNS. They needed something here. This might allow them into the ball play. Cynic swings! Cynic does get 1. Done, not ideal here, but B-Wills has great positioning in towards the site itself. Pesa, though, has better spray. He nearly takes the 3rd on that 1 spray. Pesa, not even going to bother with the reload. Get the AK. Turns out he need to reload this gun, too. Oh, the nade. The nade's going to find it. The nade's going to find it. Oh, there's the pinpole. Nothing you can do about that. Oh, Pesa, a 1v3. The spray control is beautiful. The utility is perfect. And Team 1 are 2 rounds away from walking into the upper bracket final here.
Oh, my goodness. The individual plays are so monstrous. I honestly thought he was going to hit that third one on the spray transfer. What a great job from Pesa as he has that made in the perfect situation. Arzu's going to jump up top here and try and defend from Cat. We're at the Xbox, but look at Team 1. They're going to walk into B. No one's really there. Twice is watching from the outside with the scout and connects on XNS, but for all intents and purposes, Team 1 have control here. The smokes are coming out, the Molotovs as well, and Pesa could get a frag. No, they spot him out immediately, Mike, and Cynic gets that frag, but the bomb is planted.
Yeah, this is such a tough nut to crack on the retake. There's not a lot of utility for Team 1. And there are some flashes to try and get them over the divide, but an extra smoke in, that just buys a bit extra time. Are there kits? There's no kits. There's no kits. That's going to be problematic, so they got to go now. That's the first player down. Too many bullets left here, but it's turning into a bit of a massacre. Coming out of the tunnels, that's going to be huge for Cooper, and Cooper rolls it back. Just enough time to get this defuse done as well. What a hero moment for Cooper, the man who's not even in the roster anymore. Coming back, helping out the squad, and clearing them through.
Oh, yeah, Cooper lost 2 rounds, in fact. Those 2 scout headshots do the economic damage against Team 1 in the previous round, and they're just walking out of the B tunnels and getting those 3 frags. Nicely done. Try and pick up a 4th for themselves. Team 1, I mean, they're not too fussed about it. You still got a 10-round lead to work with. They don't really need to rush anything, but they're still going to force into this round regardless. They got 4 Deagles and the AK, and with the way Mobs is hitting his Deagle shots tonight, I don't mind this. XNS and Mobs. I'm going to be going for that cat control. Already one. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, no. What have they done? Fortunately, it's not 2. Fortunately, it's not 2. A little more patience on the bull. That might have been 2 from PRT. Even the swing. There we go. There's the clear on towards site. It's exactly as you said, John. The way these Deags are hitting tonight, this clear is perfect. Bombs down. What can I do here, John, on the retake?
I don't know.
That one even looked like it might be on. Cynic at least denies that. Keeps the numbers even. They're going to have to come through, but they don't have the positioning towards Catwalk, and that's going to be the critical piece. Running low on time. This time they have the kits, but these Deags still hitting. It's Mobs who's left, and it's Mobs who will falter. So defuse on. Just enough time to make that happen. Triumph. Well, they at least cling to it here.
I mean, honestly, I thought that Maluk was going to win that fight over in CT, but once he goes down, it makes it a little bit tougher. Mobs, doing Mobs things, does manage to connect for a second, but he got overloaded eventually. He's not immortal. He eventually does go down there. Is try and pick up a nice 5th for themselves. Now Team 1 are going to be on the deco, saving up for this next round. They only buy up a smoke. No body armor across the board here. So we'll see if maybe they can make some noise towards long. Arzu throws a Molotov in, then it immediately charges up to gain that map control towards long. So that closes the space for Team 1. Although you still have PRT waiting outside the long doors, and why not try and push it the last round?
Here comes the swing. Oh, that Deag is filthy. Cooper puts it to rest. Cooper's really coming alive here to try and keep the team in it. Now his 16th kill, but he's out. XNS has an AUG. XNS has an AUG. Does he even realize it? No, he should. We're going to the Deagle, trying to get that head ripper shot. Arzu's isolated here. His teammates are not in position, but he's going to be able to get the kill, and that dumps the bomb. XNS is literally trying to get rid of this AUG, so they can't recover it. He's just trying to do the economic damage, but he could still win the round.
I mean, the AUG doesn't matter at the end of the day. 2 AKs come through for Triumph, and yeah, they've got a few rounds in a row under their belt. Team 1 are back on the rifles, though. They got 4 AKs and the AWP in Maluk's hands. We'll see if that quick engagement between Cooper and Maluk happens towards mid doors. And Maluk, oh, he does connect on Cynic, get him down to 19 HP, and we have a player pushing up through that smoke to get the cat. That's Arzu with the P90. Not going to see that very often in the hands of any players on Triumph. As Cooper's watching towards long, he's completely blinded. Twice, in fact. And that's an easy frag for Mobs, who comes around for a second as B-Wills tries for that trade. Maluk drops Arzu, pushing up mid. And things just falling apart here for Triumph.
Ruh-roh. Spaghetti-o. And the money is so in the toilet off these crazy deep rounds they've had that, frankly, you should be thinking about the save. even with that kill, there's so little they can expect out of this round. Keeping these AKs up would give them a fighting chance in the last. Twice, what are you doing? Twice, what are you doing? Cynic is saving. What are you doing, Twice? What are you doing? He's gone rogue. He's gone rogue, folks. And here's the problem. Even if he just sits here and tries to get one more exit and back away, there's a player top mid now. I'm not sure he is going to be able to bail.
I think he's going to try something.
He's gone full rogue. He's going to peek back in. He's going to try and snatch this round. He's just getting botted out by the ramp player. And PRT will put a bullet in his head.
Okay, Twice.
Indeed.
I mean, I understand maybe a bit of the frustration, right? You want to try to make something happen. You don't necessarily want to play 9 rounds or try to win 9 rounds in a row to push OT, but still, that AK could have helped a lot heading into this round. That said, Triumph, they don't have much money to work with. They're going to force up once more. They do have 1 gun saved over from the previous round, that AK, but M4A4 bought up by B-Wills and 3 Deagles to round out the buy here for Triumph. This could be their last round of this upper bracket as Pesa takes down Arzu with the AK, and he does get traded by B-Will, so at least Triumph keeping things even at a 4v4 here, but PRT is going to get one no answer from Triumph, and now the player that was engaging with the lower tunnels player has to back off, and PRT gets another one, Mike.
Oh no, and at the back here. Balls through mid. He's got one. He's looking for the last. Won't have it, but the trade is instant. 16th round found for Team 1. They take the 2-0. They make it look easy here against Triumph. They dominate against them. And